A growing number of passengers and even flight crews now are protesting the latest security measures at America's airports. Included are body scanners and the so-called pat-downs. Jennifer Wishon has the story.
They're now being used at 60 airports, full-body scanners that allow screeners to detect anything hidden on your body. But some fear the machine's radiation is putting passengers at risk.
The risks are still very small, but multiply it by 300 times for a pilot each year, and you're starting to get some concerns even on an individual basis.
Union leaders are urging flight crews to seek checkpoints that don't have the scanners. Flight crews and passengers can avoid them, but they must submit to a full-body pat-down by the Transportation Security Administration that some feel is invasive.
We don't want them in uniform going through this enhanced screening where, you know, their private areas are being touched in public.
Still, some pilot unions are encouraging members to go ahead with the pat-down and then assess whether they're emotionally fit to fly after their encounter with TSA. But some flyers say they're okay with a little radiation and occasional pat-down in the name of safety.
If it's needed and it keeps us safer, then I'm fine with it.
One passenger who's fed up with the body scans has started a website encouraging passengers to opt out of standing in the machines and request a pat-down on one of the busiest travel days of the year, the day before Thanksgiving. Since pat-downs take longer, the idea is to cause delays, sending a message to the government. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News.
A Pakistani court has sentenced a Christian woman to death for blasphemy against Islam. This is the first conviction like this against a woman. 45-year-old Asia Bibi is accused of making remarks against Muhammad. According to Release International, Bibi was working in a field with Muslim women who complained that her remarks offended them. The Muslim women beat her and instigated a mob that attacked her and her family. The death sentence has not been carried out in previous blasphemy cases, but Bibi could still serve a life sentence. At the G20 Economic Summit in Seoul, South Korea, leaders of the world's 20 major economies refused to support a proposal by the U.S. The plan would push China to let its currency rise in value and cut its trade surplus. Some critics complain that by keeping its currency artificially low, China is making its products cheaper worldwide and costing American jobs. One man's 50-state odyssey to honor America's war dead wrapped up at Arlington National Cemetery on Veterans Day. As Paul Strand reports, this tour has a very personal meaning.
Over the last 5 months, George Lutz has traveled across the country presenting specially designed honor and remember flags to family members of troops who have been killed. Thursday at Arlington National Cemetery, he and supporters placed thousands of small flags by tombstones of those killed in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Help honor those who have given ultimate sacrifice. I'm a veteran as well, and it's a great way to celebrate Veterans Day.
Among those Lutz is honoring his own son Tony, who died in Iraq 5 years ago.
He was in Fallujah, Iraq, when he was killed. He was killed by a sniper's bullet. Very smart, gregarious man, athletic, loved what he was doing, loved his country, loved the mission, and loved his God. Strong man of faith, and lost my best friend that day. It was a tough, tough day.
Lutz says it's about time those who gave so much for others have their own flag.
We have flags for every state, we have flags for every city, every branch of the service has a flag, everybody has a flag. But the one group that enables us to fly all of those flags have no symbol. And that is why the Honor and Remember flag is so important.
Lutz is asking all the states to adopt the Honor and Remember flag as a special way to memorialize the nation's fallen troops. Paul Strand, CBN News, reporting from Arlington National Cemetery.
The United Nations is warning about a major outbreak of cholera in Haiti. The disease has now claimed more than 700 lives, and it's infected more than 11,000 people in 5 of Haiti's 10 districts. Operation Blessing is in Haiti, helping to fight the outbreak with water purification equipment. Operation Blessing's medical teams are also helping victims of a major volcanic eruption in Indonesia. They treated more than 1,400 patients this week. OB has also been serving emergency food and relief to families. Medical teams and supplies are also being ferried in. The tsunami left thousands in need of medical care, food, and other basic supplies. OB has been working with the local government to use a stretch of road as an airport. OB will be flying in more medical staff, volunteers, and medicine to those in need in Indonesia. And you can find out more about Operation Blessing by going to its website at ob.org.